Welcome to Fishing with Dave on Channel 43 Public Access. Here's your host, Captain Dave.
Thank you for joining me here today on the lake. I know that this channel is quite extensive and full of lore and interesting characters and all that jazz. But over the Christmas break, I was pretty sick. I lost my voice, couldn't make videos, and while working away on the game and spending time with family, decided why not make a simple fishing game done the style of those old text adventures that we love so much over here. With the Labyrinth Chronicles and everything else, I've been heading out on the lake and unwinding and decided why not take you all with me. We can all relax and unwind. That's what this series is all about, just to unwind and talk. So I spoke to the station manager, and here I am. So get that life vest on and have that coffee. And please, don't rock the boat. Sometimes when I'm working on the game, I'm not really here, I picture myself in another period of time, another place altogether. Let me set the scene. I'm sitting at my desk in a quiet room. Few basics on the screen. It's an old CRT monitor. I'm in a small home office in 1991 somewhere out east. The light is dim, the computer hums instead of whining. A beige box sits on the floor. A 386, maybe a 286. No internet, no notifications, and no updates interrupting. But it all just a feeling that I have. Because in reality, it is the year 2026. I'm sitting in my living room working away on a sweet HP laptop. It is modern, of course, fast, capable, more than I could ever have imagined back then, and yet somehow it never quite feels the same. That era of computing never really left me. The 286 and 386 years stick with me like a badge of honor, not because the hardware was powerful, but because it demanded something from me. You had to meet it halfway, you had to learn it, you had to respect its limits and work inside them. There was no safety net, no autosave, no tutorial holding your hand. You typed commands because that's how you spoke to the machine, and when it worked, when the screen did exactly what you told it to do, you felt accomplished. I think about that a lot when I'm writing code today. Back then, every program felt personal. Every game felt like someone made it because they wanted to, not because they were chasing metrics or engagement graphs or quarterly growth. Games had feeling. They had substance, and even when they were rough, even when they were confusing, they had a soul to them. I still remember when my friend got me hooked on the shareware version of Doom. That moment sticks with me because it felt like discovering something forbidden, something electric, like listening to Klaatu for the first time and realizing that there was a whole world hidden just beneath the surface if you're willing to pay attention. It was raw, it was new, and it was dangerous in a way modern games never are. And you felt that. There was no industry machine grinding everything down into the same shape back then, no endless monetization or no storm fronts screaming for your attention. You got a game and you played it. You talked about it with friends and family, you imagined what could come next. Simple times. And here I am now, sitting in a boat on an eerie lake fishing with all of you. Mirror Lake is a strange place for me because it sits between those two worlds. It is modern in the sense that I am making it now, but spiritually it belongs to that older era, the quiet era, and it's filled with patience. The time when software felt like the conversation instead of a transaction. When I sit here and fish, I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not chasing numbers. I'm not optimizing anything. I'm just being present. Letting the line sit on the water, letting thoughts drift in and out. That is something modern technology does not like very much, I discovered. Tech now is loud, it's bloated, and it always asking something from you. An update, a login, subscription, payments. Even games feel like chores now. Overpriced headaches wrapped in shiny packaging. You spend more time managing them than actually enjoying them. Back then, you put the disc in and you played. No accounts, no season passes, no roadmaps promising things that never arrived. Just a game that existed and trusted you to meet it on its own terms. I miss that trust. I miss the feeling that the machine was not trying to extract anything from you. It just wanted to run the program. It wanted to do the job it was built to do. There was something deeply comforting about that. Sometimes when I imagine myself back in that 1991 room, I think about how small the world felt and how big it actually was. We had less access to everything, yet imagination filled the gaps. We did not need endless content. We needed a spark. That spark is what I try to hold on to when I make these games. I know we will never see that era again, not really, anyways. The conditions that made it special are long since gone. Hardware now is overpriced. Markets are dull. Everything is too connected and too optimized, and it's not that pretty anymore. But pieces of it can still survive. They survive in quiet projects and small games in moments like this. Sitting in a boat watching text scroll by, letting the lake do its thing. Mirror lake fishing is not about winning, it's not about progression. It is about remembering how it felt to slow down, to sit with something simple and let it breathe. This is why I keep coming back to this stuff. That is why I keep imagining the old computer humming in the corner of a dim room, the glow of the monitor, that clacking of the keyboard, the sense that time was slower, not because it actually was, but because nothing was rushing you. And maybe that is why they stay with us, not because they were perfect, but because they were honest, and sometimes honesty is the rarest thing of all. So for now, I'm going to keep on fishing on this lake every time, maybe once a week or so with you people. I will keep writing code like it matters for the Labyrinth of Time's Edge, like someone might find it on a forgotten disk one day and feel something. And I will keep carrying that old era with me, quietly and proudly, like a badge of honor. So thank you for joining me here today on this episode. I hope you enjoyed this series. I hope you enjoy the Labyrinth of Time's Edge. Link in the comment description below with the official website. I'm the Venture Weaver. Take care and Godspeed.